Ready to commence the ceremony as directed.
I state your name. Do solemnly swear that I will support and defend the Constitution of the United States of America against all enemies, foreign and domestic, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same, and that I will obey the orders of the President of the United States and the orders of the officers appointed over me according to regulations and the Uniform Code of Military Justice. So help me God. Congratulations, congratulations. Welcome to the United States Army, and have a great life. Thank you very much. Have a great life. Thank you.
Sergeant Major Mullinax, walk us through that.
Yeah, so they simply pledge an oath to protect the Constitution at any cost.
And follow orders from their line officers.
That's right.
And that is, the president's in there, but also lots of other layers as well.
That's exactly right. They made a commitment, a very, very deep commitment to their country, one that very few Americans will ever have the opportunity to do. And that's when that journey begins for them.
And the guest that Nicole Killian was just talking to, who came all the way from Hawaii for this parade, talked about the 1%. That's a different 1% than the other 1%, the high-income earners in America that we were talking about maybe 10 or 15 years ago. For the audience who may not know what that 1% means, help us understand.
So the 1% is the 1% who is currently serving their nation. So only about 1% of all the Americans out there, only about 1% of them are currently serving their country. And like I said before, there's 80% of those 1%ers are people that came from a military background. And so the Army's goal is to also make sure that the rest of America knows who the Army is, that there's opportunities out there. Be all you can be is a real thing. And what's great about the United States Army and really the United States military is you can do whatever you want to do. You want to be a soldier, you want to drive a tank, there's an opportunity for you. If you realize, hey, I want to be a soldier, but I want to be an officer, the Army has a path for you. At the end of the day, all you got to do is put in the work, and you can do whatever you want in the United States Army.
Eleanor Watson joins us again from the Pentagon. Ellie, what do you got?
I wanted to talk, you asked me earlier, and I didn't answer your question about the preps for the parade, and CBS did talk to some of the crews of the tanks who started practicing their formations back in March, and then some of the tanks have been repainted and gotten new tracks so that they look presentable for the parade and also do minimum damage to the roads. So that's been several months in the making. The tanks started getting on trains a few weeks ago at the end of May and arrived in D.C. actually Monday night. So that's also been a ways in the making. The soldiers started arriving on Sunday. As you mentioned, they're staying in government buildings, sleeping on cots with MREs. It's been a long week for them and a long day, actually, because today some of them started showing up to be on scene around 6 a.m., a full 12 hours before the parade started. But as everything we've heard so far in the parade, I'm sure they're going to think it's worth it.
Eleanor Watson, Ellie, thank you so much from the Pentagon. Willie James Inman is at the reviewing stand. Willie James.
Hey there, Major. Well, we just witnessed that re-enlistment ceremony with the president making remarks just moments ago. From my vantage point, we could see the soldiers gathered before the president of the United States to take that oath. And it was a moment where the crowd gave a large round of applause, perhaps the loudest applause that we saw here tonight. We did, of course, see an applause for the president when he walked out, the vice president. And there's a lot of excitement excitement here, in large part because, for the most part, many Americans probably have never seen some of the equipment that we've seen here before. I can speak for myself. I've never seen a tank move down a street or move at all. And so it's certainly one way that the American public can get their eyes on the devices that America uses to keep us safe, but also the people at the center of this focus of this parade, those who serve our country day in and day out.
Willie James Inman, and to your point, there is understandable fascination with the military equipment. Some in our country might regard it as somewhat giving them a moment of fear, but it is here, it is real, the Army is real, its equipment is real, and as we've discussed all afternoon, the Army wants America to see the equipment that is real and that it uses.